So, you want to get into War Thunder, huh? Your friends might be talking about the new update that's coming out, and they're like, it's so great, it's gonna add so much, and you're interested. You want to know what this game is all about, right? Well, let me get you up to speed here quick, buddy. This game, this is no regular game. This will test your sanity, your mentality, your sleep schedule, everything. This game is both torture and the greatest thing ever. And if you ever get lost in its grasp, which there is no escape, then I pity you, for I am the exact same. Well, let's start off addressing the elephant in the room. War Thunder, yes, it is a free-to-play game. That means that you do not have to pay any money up front. Although, you might want to look at your tree, because in the end, you end up paying a ton of money. You know why? Because you cannot progress to this tree at any decent rate without this thing called premium. And premium vehicles, which I have had to purchase many to save time. Alright, let's suppose that isn't an issue for you. Let's suppose you have all the time in the world, no school, no job, no anything. You can just spend all your days in front of the PC playing this game. Well, let me tell you, there's a few things in this game that make you really want to slam your head through a brick wall. The first thing, and possibly the most important thing, is to remember that no matter how long you've played this game, there is always going to be better players. And when you're starting off, almost everyone is going to be better than you at this game. You are going to die a lot. You are going to die to people coming back in planes and bombing you. You are going to die to getting your cupola shot out and it passing right through and doing nothing to your tank. You are going to play a BMP maybe, and you are going to get scraped by an APHE shell along the top of it, and you are going to die. And you're going to be questioning, how did that kill me exactly? But let's say you're just starting out, alright? You have nothing to worry about yet. You don't even know what a BMP is. Well, there is still a pain at low BR. And you know what that pain is? AA. It is a machine gun strapped to the back of a vehicle that can pen right through you, killing all your crew. And you have almost no time to react. And you have not a lot to counter it, and if it's in a good position, it is going to kill you repeatedly. In this game, there are a plethora of game modes to choose from. Or, so it might have you believe. If you really want to start playing this game, you have to play one of these three. Because anything else is not going to give you any experience at all. What do I mean by experience? Not in-game experience, it's going to give you in-game experience, alright? It's not going to give you the experience you need to know how to play the game, to battle the players who've played this for thousands of hours. It is not going to give you that at all. But these three will get you somewhere. These three will teach you how to play the game and teach you, most importantly, how to suffer. No matter what you do, you're going to have to suffer in this game. It's just part of it. But there are ways to make it easier. First of all, let's talk about the trees that you can choose. Always choose one of these four if you want a really good nation. Because they get things that match at their BR. What do I mean by BR? Well, let's say you're in a 6.3. That means you can face anything one above or below it. This is how matchmaking works in War Thunder. So, you're in a 6-3, you could face 7-3s or 5-3s. Now, let's say you're something like France. You get some good lineups, but if you try to make, let's say, an 8-3 lineup, you get 3 vehicles, which isn't too bad. But there are a few places in here where you get almost nothing that matches. Let's say you try to make a 4-3 lineup. Well, you don't have any 4-3s. Well, maybe you do 4-0s, right? No 4-0s either. If you want to play at 4-3, you have to make a 3-7 lineup basically. Now, if you want to do a 4-3 for Russia, or 4-7, or 4-0, they have vehicles for all of that. 4-0s. 4 threes, 4 7, 4 7. Alright, so now I told you that you can basically choose 4 nations that will give you a better advantage than the others. But which one do you choose? Which one is the best? Well, there is no best nation. That's right, there really isn't. Because this game is constantly changing, as the developers try to keep it alive. And you might think, as you get closer to the top, it's gotta get more fun, right? You have the best vehicles, nothing can stop you. Well, let me tell you about balance, or the lack thereof. I can arguably say that the map decides the battle more than anything else. Why do I say this? Because the Americans get the fastest tanks. If it's a small map, they'll be up in your spawn before you even leave it. But the Russians have the best sniper tanks. They can stay low down, and they don't take a lot of damage. Kind of the same for Britain as well. So if you get a long range map, your match is basically already decided. The Russians are going to win. The Germans get one of the best tanks in the game, the Leo 2A5, which is an absolute unit because it has really small weak spots. The only problem being, the tanks that match with it, at its BR that you play with them, well, they kinda suck. And the Russians at top tier, they do what Russians do best. They spam out so many tanks in the battle that you'll be facing them for your entire life. Because you can kill a Russian pretty easily, sure, but they just keep coming. They never stop. It's a wall of literal Russians. Maybe your goal isn't to go all the way up to top tier though, right? Maybe you just want a Tiger or something, which is really good right now, but give it a couple updates and it might be the worst thing ever. Take one of my favorite tanks in the game, the IS-2, right? It has a massive gun, it's basically a point and click adventure, until they added a little update called Volumetrics, which made armor more bouncier and stuff. Well, there are a few spots on tanks now where it should just go right through, where it no longer does. For example, the Panther. You shoot a Panther in the side with this, there is a little spot where the plates meet, where it will just not go through. This massive 122mm APHE round that can go through just about everything, the front of a jumbo even, can't go to the side of a Panther. And trust me, when you fail to get a shot off in this thing, you're gonna be on that reload for a while. Now, this can be very frustrating, because that could have been one of your teammates saved, or that could have been a kill for you. The good thing is, the reload's so long, they give plenty of time to think about why you're playing this game, and why you're making yourself suffer. But it isn't all bad. There are some good things about this game. In fact, there are some great things. You know, that Panther on the receiving end of this shot, he's really lucky right now. He just lucked out big time. In fact, he's probably having a great time right now. And that could be you. And that's why this game has a love-hate relationship. Because somebody's receiving the hate, and somebody's receiving the love. And that's why I both love and hate this game. Because for every one of those moments that make you suffer, and you're wondering why you're playing this game, and you're wondering if you should throw your PC out the window, there's also those little moments that give you a little something special. And they're great, and you love them. One final more thing, find friends to suffer with you, because that'll make it a lot more bearable. Anyway, that's the end of my little semi-serious rant. There's a lot of things in here that I agree with, don't agree with. I was kind of just doing whatever. But if you want to see more of my stuff, I stream regularly on twitch.tv/VBlackPhoenixV. I'll be doing more videos soon, probably a little bit less streams because I got my schedule fixed finally. And I'm gonna probably be doing both YouTube and Twitch for a while. I thank everyone for the support they've given me already. It's been a big move. I didn't even know if this is gonna work or not, but I'm starting to love it a lot more. And I really think this could go somewhere. So anyway, until the next one, Phoenix out.